Vinod? Vinod? Vinod, unmute and talk, please. You are in mute. Vinod?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Jay, 1 second, Jay. Jay, 1 second. Siviti, are you there? Yeah. He is calling you. You can. Siviti, are you getting voice from Jay? Jay asking you. You can talk to him. Sandhya? Sandhya, yeah, Vinod is there. You can talk to him. Vinod, Sandhya is there.
Hi, Sandhya.
Hi, Vinod. So we will start with the Mule ESB. So I just want a little bit about yourself and what is your background.
I'm purely an SAP guy.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, in a coming up project, we are having 3-4 modules. We are working with SAP, but we have another 3-4 modules, non-SAP modules. Just we want to integrate it with Mule, and we need to communicate with the third world. So they are telling to get some understanding about the MuleSoft. So.
Okay. So are you familiar with the XML and Java a little bit?
Java, no, but a little bit of XML because I work on PI. I know a little bit of XML.
Okay, actually Mule ESB is totally based on the XML. And I hope you have worked on the Eclipse earlier.
Eclipse, I have worked on HANA Eclipse.
Okay, so because Mule ESB is providing AnyPoint Studio, that is called, it is based on the Eclipse only. So you have to be little bit idea. I will explore you about how we can go with the Mule ESB. So actually the MuleSoft is providing two kinds of support for this Mule ESB. They have the two versions. One is the community version and one is the enterprise version. So they have some of the features which is not available into community version. So once you will download Mule ESB from internet, you will get enterprise version, because they are providing 1 month subscription, free subscription, if you want to use the Mule ESB. So in community version, some of the features like performance and high availability, and you will not get in community version. And data wave, that is the most powerful tool inside Mule ESB. So that it does the transformation very easily. UI developer friendly, and no need to more code on the transformation. So just if you have practice on the data wave, then you can directly transform one kinds of data into another forms of data. So that is the available into enterprise version only. And some of the features like some of the connectors also paid. It is coming based on how you are supporting. Like some of the connectors is paidful, so you have to check the list of what is available into the community version and what is the enterprise version. So what your company is going to use, enterprise version, yeah, community version?
As of now, the project guy also, they don't know which kind of they are going to use it. Maybe within 1 or 2 weeks I'll get to know.
Okay. So so this I will tell you about this. I'm showing my screen.
Okay.
So In our session, I will give you brief about the Mule standalone server, because this standalone server is very important when you are working with the community version, because you will not get a you will not get the MMC. MMC is the Mule Management Console, means they have the UI to manage all the servers, Mule servers, and Mule servers is totally based on the Java, and means this MuleSoft is actually Mule ESB server. What MuleSoft is providing, that is totally Java based. So and MMC is the management console, where we can configure our all the servers and dev, production, and UAT, all we can configure, and we can monitor all the things, means flows and their messages, and what if there is a logger, all the things we can manage on the MMC. And MuleSoft is also providing a cloud hub, means deployment of your all the application on cloud hub. Yeah, that is actually they are providing all the servers. You have to provide all the details of about Mule ESB, and they will configure each and everything for you. So developer, yeah, team, no need to worried about all the things. They will provide all the log. If there is any errors and all the things, they will provide a log for you. So they in Cloud Hub they are providing a workers, means how high availability do you want. So 2 and 3 servers they will configure on that is a part of worker as a former, and then you can configure your application on Cloud Hub directly. So they will just providing all the support for the Cloud Hub. So there are 3 ways to deploy your application on server, Mule ESB server. So one is the standalone, second is the MMC, and third is the Cloud Hub.
Standalone means just whatever we download for the website, that's the standalone, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that is in form of zip file. You have to unzip, and there is a
we need to exit. Yep.
yeah, pin folder is there, and there is the mule.bash file is there. You can start and stop your server from there only. And you have to familiar with the configuration. They are providing wrapper.conf file, where you can do all the logger setting, and you can means how much logger size will be, and if you want a third party configuration of the libraries, you can do it from the wrapper.conf file. So manually you have to do all the things in a standalone server. But when you will go with the MMC, and they will provide all the means
all the credentials they are going to provide. Just I need to log in and whatever.
Yes.
Yeah,
but MMC and Cloud Hub is you will get only 1 month subscription, because both are paid.
Okay.
So this is the content what we will go. We will cover our standalone server, Anypoint Studio, how you can drag and drop the things, how you can create a project, and we will go with the structure of the standalone server, means what we have to keep where, and directory structure and configuration file, how you can read it from standalone server. And we will discuss about the flows, Mule ESB flows, what is the subflow, private flow, and the public flow, and session variable, message routing, how we can debug our Mule application in standalone server. So all we will cover into standalone server and Anypoint Studio.
Yeah, sorry for working. Whatever we are doing with the standalone system, the same thing we can do in MNCs.
Yes, MC we can do, means not a development, because developer tool is the Anypoint Studio, but we can deploy our application on MMC. MMC is not a developer tool, it is for the management tool.
Okay. What if we develop one object, then how to move to there?
I will show you. This is the Anypoint Studio.
Are you from Andhra or?
No, it's East India. UP, yeah.
UP, okay.
So this is the Anypoint Studio. If you will go to the download it and click on the anypointstudio.exe file, then it will open like this. You can see my Anypoint Studio. This is the based on Eclipse only. So you will you will get a palette here where you will get all the components, what are the connectors are here. Okay, and here is the file, it is the package explorer. When you will create a new project, Mule project, so it will create like this, and this project, and it will you can export it. So when you will click on export, it will ask you about any point inside the Mule folder. Yeah, this will be any point studio project to Mule deployable archive file. It will generate a zip file for you. So that zip file we can deploy inside our standalone server. I will show you my standalone server. Yeah, this is the Mule standalone server 3.8.1, and inside this bin folder is the how you can start and stop the server, and inside the app folder, this is the app folder, you can keep your zip file here. So when you will, after keeping the zip file, when you will start the server, it will delete the zip file and it will create a folder hello folder, and it will create an anchor file, means project name hyphen anchor file. So when server is running and when you will delete this anchor file, it will undeploy your application, means it will delete these folders also, means project will be deleted from there. So you have to just start and stop manually only, no go with the delete this file. Then when you will start the server, your application will up and running. So based on the how you want to invoke your application, means you have to REST service, you have to create, yeah, you want to file FTP file from one location, and if you want SOAP service, how you want to publish your service, you can access it from here. So if it is a SOAP service, so we will use a SOAP UI for testing our application. Yeah, we can use, if it is a REST service, we can use a REST client, that is, 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the SOAP service, REST services. So
okay, so are you familiar with the Postman?
Yeah, Postman is a Chrome, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use the post service, this only, Postman, to test your RESTful services. Means most of the things we will cover it using, we will invoke our most of the flows using the REST service only. So you can use.
What is REST service?
Actually, REST service is the how environments outside world will invoke your service. So it is a two kinds of web services. This is called a web services. Means one systems want to invoke another system. So how we will do? So for that purpose, they have expertise have given this SOAP service, that is the XML based, and it is a lot of features are there inside the SOAP service. So REST service is just this is the web service invoker. So it is a get, post, and all the services are there. Using that, you can invoke a third-party system. Means suppose your project is in .NET and they can communicate with only the services only. So you have to publish that service in the form of the REST.
Their format, okay.
So it is a kind of form how you can invoke. Means it is supported by all the application. REST and SOAP service are supported by most of the application. Means so we can use that. Suppose you have created one application in .NET, and then you will publish your services, right? So how I will invoke your service, that we can invoke using means once you can do, you can copy and paste some file inside a directory, and I will read from the directory, right? Means you will write in one directory and I will read from it. That is one kind of communication. You can publish your service. Yeah, file to file. And another, you can publish your service on the internet. So I will, and you will provide an address for that. So we just so you can, we will go through with it. This will provide a very little bit about the, so because we will most of the things we will call our service using the REST only. It is easy, and yeah, it is means providing a resources, means suppose if you want only invoke of the service, so we can use the get service. If suppose I wanted to I wanted to save my data into your service as well as invoke, so I can post resources will be there, so I will save my data into your application, means with the data. Okay. And if I wanted to only update the data, means suppose in your system there is no data and I wanted to create new, then we will use the post, means create and update, both we can do with the post. And put, we can update on the data into your system, so we will put
There won't be
resource
any
will,
response.
yeah. So all these means this RESTful service will provide, we will use. So just go with the means little bit at least, so you will get idea how we will do it. Okay. And so all other things. So this is all means basic things we will use. And what different types of endpoints we will use. So we will cover some of the endpoints, means file. Suppose if I'm reading from the folder directory to directory, so I will use a file inbound endpoints, outbound endpoints. So once we will generate a, you got understand, no? We will generate a zip file and we will deploy it on the server. Yeah. Directly we can publish. I don't have worked on the publishing to application repository, so I will not cover this one. And because this will come under the advanced version, means a lot of things are there. We can, because Mule ESB is all the basic things what I have used in my 4.5 projects. That is I will cover, but not in very deep. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are the connectors. A lot of connectors are there. We will cover 4 and 5 connectors because it is based on the application. So as you are saying, you are a SAP developer, so there will be a SAP.
We have 4 systems. That's in the 4 system. Only one system is SAP. Another 3 systems I need to find out. What are the other 3 systems? Those are HCM servers. So we need to connect with them.
Okay. So for that, Mule is mostly providing a connectors. If not, then you can create your own connectors also. If you want a specific connector for you, you can create a connector. But for that, you need to write down a Java classes. So you should have most means aware of all the Java things coding. Then only you can create a connectors. Okay. And this all the connectors are. And this is your scopes. Scopes like suppose I'm getting something in form of the batch, means I have Excel file and I wanted to process that Excel file one by one all the data. So in that case we will use a batch. So in batch a lot of parts are there, processes are there, batch commit, batch step. So multiple batch steps. Suppose in one step I wanted to aggregate the data. In second step I want to save some data into database. Yeah, so all the batch steps are there. But finally after all the business logic applying, I wanted to commit the batch data. So we will use the batch commit. So this is about the scope. Caching, if suppose if for some time beings I want to store my data into memory, so we can use the caching. And composite source, suppose you wanted to publish your data, means flows. Here we are talking about the flows. And if we wanted to means using the file reading, suppose I'm reading I want my flows to invoke from the file reading as well as internet services like REST services or SOAP service. So I will drag and drop the composite. So multiple input inbounds we can configure. So it will be it can be invoked by multiple ways. Okay, flows means we will start with whenever any component you will drag and drop into this console, and this is called a console where we will get all the loggers and all the things. So so when we will drag and drop in this flows, this is the here, so it will automatically create a flows. So in that flow we can drag and drop the components. Okay, I will show you one empty I will create, and suppose inside the source main app we are creating all the flows. We can create one more flow, mule configuration file. So in that configuration file you will get a empty, this is the empty configuration file is there. So it's this is the empty right now, and in global element, suppose I will create multiple flows and I want my one component, one element should be common to all the flows. So I will create a global configuration. So this whatever I will create a global, it will be common, means everyone, all the 5 flows can
All
use
the
that.
files can access the field.
Yeah, access that elements. Okay,
Elements.
and if we will see the, we will go with the configuration of the XML. In this configuration of XML, we will see all the in form of the XML only. Whatever we will, suppose if I will drag and drop one HTTP component, if we will go with the HTTP component, so what internally it's doing, it's generating XML file. Okay, so you can see here HTTP listener is there. So we have to do some configuration. We have to create a HTTP configuration listener. So when suppose this is for the listening, means someone can call this, hit this endpoint, so it will listen to the someone have hit, then it will start processing. Means I will invoke this HTTP component from the outside world. Okay, so this is our so we are here only in scope. So it will automatically create a flow, and suppose I am getting some data in form of the list collection, so we can iterate one by one all the collections and we can process all the elements. Okay, so message enricher means, suppose if I wanted to enrich our message, suppose I wanted to modify our payload, and that we can use the message enricher. And one more thing, in when we are talking in Mule ESB, so in Mule ESB first is the message object. So in one object is there, root, that is called message object. Inside the message object, 2 parts are there. One is the message and another is the payload. So whenever we will talk about the data, that is the payload only. So data always in form of the payload, and in a header we will have the properties like inbound properties, means suppose HTTP, I will use the HTTP, then HTTP related all the properties, means what is the URL, what is the query param, what is the means everything you will get into the inbound properties. And outbound properties, suppose I'm setting some properties, means to whom I'm invoking, so that can use the outbound property. So they means we have to configure the outbound properties. Inbound properties we cannot change. It is whatever component we are using as the inbound properties, that automatically it will be come. Okay, but outbound properties we can add our own variables. We can add session variables and properties. We can modify, add in outbound, but inbound properties we cannot change. Okay. Payload is my actual data. Suppose I am calling to XML file, so that what is the actual data will be call a payload. So in whole station we will cover is as a payload. Okay. And variables, suppose I am creating one variables and I want that variable should be accessed from all the flows. So will create a station variable. If I want one variable should use in multiple places in same flows, and then we will use a common normal variable. Okay, so and in that message object they have the exception payload. Suppose I'm calling one flow and I got some exception, means suppose I'm reusing the database and database does not exist, so I will get exception. So that exception we will get in exception payload. So this is the about the message object. Yeah. So we will means if you are familiar with the Java, we can call all these elements from the Java class. Otherwise, we will talk in our XML ways only. So it's totally XML. So we will get all the flows here, and you will get components here. Suppose I was talking about the variable. So variable, you can see here, this is the variable component. We can drag and drop it here. So we can save our some of the parameter inside the variable. Station variable, suppose I wanted to call this station variables in multiple, we will see the practical things. Okay. Record variable is for the batching. When we are using the batch processors in our flows, then record variable will come into the picture. Okay, and next is components. So for the RESTful services, Mule is providing a specific API kit. So if we will use the API kit, so whenever we will configure our API, so API console is there where it will publish about your put, post, and all the methods will be there, all the resource detail will be there. You can see all the resources there. You can test your resources, what is the sample code, everything will be, we have to code there actually. So one ready-made component is there where all the things will come into flows. Just we have to configure the one, what is the business required, depend upon that we can configure the flows. Okay. And these are coming under the components. So Java CXF is the when we are publishing your REST services, it is we can use the CXF as the component that facilitate the services, means web services, that can be the RESTful service here. And for SOAP service, they have another component, SOAP router and all, REST and CXF. Using the CXF, we can generate the SOAP service also. Okay, and REST component is there if we want to consume some RESTful services. For that we need to write down the we have to use the REST component. So there is a multiple ways for calling and consuming the REST and web services. We will see that one. Okay. Echo means some of the testing component is there. What I'm from the UI, I'm sending some data, so I want the same kind of data, so it will be the echo will be there. We will use the expression. Suppose you are getting a XML big data and you wanted to fetch some of the variables, some of the data from the that XML file. So for that we will use the expression, means some of the business logic. Using that we can get that values. So for that we have to write down the expression. Flow reference, suppose we have one flow and I wanted to call second flow from this flow, then we will use the flow reference. So we will see practical things. Invoke is the one kind of Java code where we can, based on the invoke, we can specify what method I want to call, what is the parameter I will use. Okay, and Java component, using Java we can invoke one Java file, means Java class we can invoke is using here. JavaScript also they are providing based on the, in most some projects if require Java script, who is the perfect in JavaScript they can use. So it is, they are Mule is not only the project specific, it is the product, so it will facilitate all the things. So we have not worked on all the component because it's depend upon your project to project. So what I have used, I will show you, means I will give you all the idea about that. Okay. So, and another thing is we have the transformers. So ready-made a lot of 50-60 transformation automatic they are providing us, means by default what is the required by most of the project they are giving ready-made. So
transformation is nothing but inbound, and it is converting into whatever the message we want, we can transfer it. Yes, like that.
Correct. Yeah. Yes, it is the same. Suppose I am getting some data into the JSON form and my third-party system is using XML. So
okay. Mm-hmm.
So this is the transformers, and if you want a business logic to apply on the some of the transformers, so we can use this Java transformer where we have to call the abstract transformer, one of the API from the Mule. So we can use all the APIs which Mule is providing. So for that we have to use this Java transformer.
There is no need to do custom code, right?
Sorry?
Is there anything to do with the custom code? So for example, if the source we don't know what the message is coming, the destination we know, like the situation we need to do some Java code.
Yes, suppose you don't know the means what kind of message are, you have to check it is XML, JSON and all the things. For that you need to write down a Java code only. Inside Java code you will get all the context, means mule context you will get, and you will fetch what message is coming. But little bit means you have means whatever what kind of message is coming, everyone is know. But if suppose it is XML, JSON, what is the format, if we don't know, we can find out using the custom logic. So for that we need to write down, we have to use the Java component for that. So here is a lot of transformer message properties and message to object, and you can see all the object to MIME, message, string, object to XM, parse template, and all most of means a lot of transformers are here. So it is a ready-made transformers. We can drag and drop. Suppose it is XML to DOM, so we can drag and drop it, and then we can configure. A lot of properties are there. Here you can see Mule XML. So it will, if you go to the XML, and if you are not familiar with all the what properties we can use, so just click on the control and space, it will autofill will come, and you can see what means MIME, name, output encoding, return class, all you can set manually also. Okay. So, and next is our filters. Suppose if we want to some of the component, unwanted component, we don't want to call the system. Some of the, so we can use the filter. So that is a lot of filters are there. And filters, suppose we wanted to check two conditions. My data is like a string. Suppose I'm getting one input data, and I want to, it should be string as well as this content should be available. Then we can use the and condition, means multiple condition we can check here. Custom, here we have to configure our own Java class, and then we can invoke the filter APIs here. So that is the custom. Exception filter, suppose if you want, suppose number format exception you are getting, null pointer exception, you can want to those should not call my flow, then exception flow filters we can use. Expression filter reference, suppose global filter you have configure, and that filter you want multiple paste to use, then you can use the filter reference. Okay. These all the message properties, and this is coming under the filters only. So schema validations also, suppose your XML file is there and you wanted to validate some XML data, so you can configure your XSD file. You know XSD file?
XSD file, yeah.
Yeah, so that we can
schema
configure XSD file here, and you can validate your input data. So and flow control is the, suppose you have some of the message you want to break into small chunks, then you can use the splitter. And suppose I wanted to use some round robin logic in my flows, like one message is coming and I want to, suppose I have 10 messages and in my flow have the 3 components. So first message will go to first component, second message will go to second, third message will go to the third component, again fourth component. Yeah, so that is the round robin logic also we can apply in our SOAP routers we can use. And scatter gather, suppose if you want you have 3 servers, right? Means 3 different servers, and you want one copy of message to send all 3, and and you wanted to get all 3 response from the all 3 systems, so you wanted to aggregate. So it will be work as a scatter, means sending your all message to all servers, and gather means whatever response is coming we can collect that response, and we can manipulate that response as per our requirement. So this is the scatter gather. Splitter is means one of the we can split our message, and that message we can send it to multiple system, and then we can aggregate the message also. So this is coming under the flow flow control. Okay. And one thing is also flow, where is yeah, next is the flow. After the flow control, we will see about the exception handling. A lot of exception handling ways are there. Cache exception is same as we are using in Java. Logic will be the same. Choice exception means suppose I don't know, in my flow multiple kind of exception can come. So number format, null exception, arithmetic exception, whatever will come, you can based on that you choice exception you can write down. Custom exception you can in most of the project we are using the custom exception because some of the my Java files are there. So some business logic is known business logic that we can configure into the custom. And exception mapping also a lot of things they are providing. We can do the mapping and all. Reference we will use. Suppose one exception we can configure on the global level, and that exception multiple flows can use. And rollback exception, if you are familiar with the JMS, so in that case we can use the rollback exception. Suppose if you are listening some data from the JMS and after receiving the data and something happened into your flow, so you can, and some of the commitments, some of the storing of the data where you are doing, and suppose one exception come in your flow, so you will roll back all the data, and what message you have received you can send to the deadline queue, means the another queue you can store. So all this all that logic also you can use in flow. And so this is about means what components we are going to use, and we can in you will see this project. So in this project we have all the reference libraries. So when we will package this project, it will automatically include the reference libraries also. And in source main app inside that all the flows will be there, means what flows we are creating. So that flows will be there. If you are working on the fresh project, means on the latest version of Mule ESB, then there is no issue. But if you will use the old version, some structure of the project will be get changed. Okay. And this is the source main resources where we are keeping our resources like log4j, some of the custom of the XML. Means suppose you have a database related information, you can keep all the resources information into your source main resources. And this is for the WSDLs, because some services have exposed in the form of the SOAP web service. So in that case they will provide a WSDL file. That WSDL file we can keep inside this, and from there we can generate a Java. From that what we want we can use actually. And here when you will create a project, it will whatever version of the Mule server you have, it will automatically configure for you. If not, you can build your path here, like select the project. Okay, you can select the project and you can build path. Inside the build path, configure build path. Yeah, add libraries. If Java and all Java
is missing, we can add it.
Yeah, you can add and configure build path you can do. Another thing you can see here, it will show you what Java version you are using. So that also, and Mule server it will show 3.8.1 right now. And this configuration file is required when we are deploying our project, because in that case suppose you have multiple properties file and you don't want to change the name every time, means when you will deploy on the developer server, UAT server, production, so you don't want to change the file. So you can keep three different files here, and you can add as a environment variable. So whatever environment variable you will configure, automatically it will take from the file. It will automatically consider that file only. So this is about package explorer and package. So we will cover, means practically all these we will cover. Next we will come back and we will see about what polling, how we can poll the message from some location. It can be the database, it can be the file. We will see about the database. We will use one MySQL here, and using that we can how we can insert, update and data. And how we can that application, how you can publish as a REST service we can see. Okay, publishing the SOAP services, consuming the REST service, and we will see as a practically.
What is this database update and insert? Means it's going to directly update the databases in other systems?
Yes, means what I will do, I will create a MySQL in my system, and using this flow means using this flow, we can update the data into the database. Okay, we will actually
In third-party system,
yeah,
for
third party
example.
system. Yes.
Wow. Wow.
Suppose you have Oracle. Suppose you have Oracle system, but here I can't show with the Oracle because I have not installed it my system. It's you wanted to update the data from the UI. Means suppose using the Postman you will submit some of the data, okay, and that data will update to into the your server or third party system. You should have a URL for updating the server. If you have username password, if you have, you can update the data into database. And username password also encryption also we can do. So a third party who will use our REST service, they will never get to know who is updating the data. Means it will hide all your information. Okay, so
Because a lot of clients they won't accept, right?
what?
There's a lot of clients they won't accept because their data is secure. Why the another guy is coming and updating it?
Yeah, so based on in Mule ESB, there is one pipeline is there. So that pipeline, everyone to whom we will provide access using the username part, that those person can access the Mule ESB. So every time one system is got updated, so no one means affected by that. So that is the purpose of Mule ESB. It is a ESB bus, means everyone we can connect with the ESB and they can access the data. But
Accessing data means the data is very secure. For example, the data is sensitive data. Yeah, like the data, we can do that. If the path is there, they can go and they can touch the sensitive data also, right?
Yeah, for that, Mule ESB is providing us security for that. Mule is providing, it's coming under the advanced course. So they are providing how we can secure our data, and all the encryptions are coming. So same as another project, we can do that things here also.
Okay.
Means every system means they have the securing their data using the logic only. Every system we need to secure. Okay, so we are using security policy there to secure the data. So same we can, Mule ESB is also providing all the security. Okay, actually Mule is mostly it is providing routing transformation, validation, means all the basic concept of the ESB. It's covering all the concept. Okay, and it's following all the patterns. You know about the design patterns about the ESB. So it's using all the design patterns, means sending a data and receiving a data. So we will see some of them we will see here about the design patterns what we are using. Okay, so consuming and filtering of the how we will file filter will work, how we can use a Java callable API, how we can work with the transformation API, we will see in detail, and HTTP how we can dynamically connect all the components dynamically. We will see GMS how you can connect with the ActiveMQ. In my project we have worked on the Solace queue, IBM queue, but here in local I can show you how we can connect with the ActiveMQ. Same way we can connect with a third party all GMS queue.
Okay.
Connecting with the third party application like Salesforce is there. If you have SAP configuration details, so we will see, because I have not configured that, but it is based on totally configuration. I will show you how we can connect with the Salesforce. For that also we need to generate a key and user and password and URL we have to provide for the connection. Data conversion, we will see how data wave we will use for the conversion. Data mapper we will not use because in latest version data mapper is not there, so we will not cover that one. We will see the data wave in place of that. Data wave. Okay, and with example, and it's we are in Mule. In whole flow we have to use, you will come with a word like Mule expression language, that we have to use in all places. Most of the places, everything we are in form of the MEL only, Mule expression language. Then suppose if I'm fetching some data, I have to use the expression. So that is called the Mule expression language. So we will see what kind of MEL examples, and data mapper rules is now not in picture. So it's my old syllabus. So error handling, we will see how we can set the catch, global reference, and choice strategy. All we will see how we can work on the rollback action. Means suppose the one message is coming from JMS and something happened in our flow, that we will see. And Cloud Hub deployment I will show you, but I'm not sure free version it will work or not. I will show you.
Okay.
Because in Cloud Hub a lot of people have used the free version, so maybe our project will not deploy, because I tried last time, it was not deploying my project because the number of all it's got full. So I will show you on the UI, means how all the things are there. And we will see how we can create a RAML. RAML is the REST API markup language. So RESTful API markup language. So that is the RAML. RAML for the multiple system we can communicate using the RAML. It is a documentation, and where we get, post, pull, all the things will be displayed. And third person, if suppose your project is not ready, you can document all your things there, sample code and all the things, and third person can understand, and if they can, there will be a dummy data will be there. Using that they can check the flows and all things. We will see about the data wave and encryption, how we can do the encryption and decryption of the password using the Spring file, and how we can create a domain project. In domain project, what will be happen, suppose you have a Oracle system, SAP system, and you wanted to use the multiple projects should use the same configuration. So for that we need to create a domain project. In that is the sharing of the resources, means SAP, Oracle, and JMS, all are the sharing resources, so that we can share using the domain project. Sharing of resources. We will see about scatter, gather, and collection, aggregator, splitter. All the basic means components are there. We will see all in details. And last, we will see about the
with an example, right? Or just only?
Yes, everything in example. The theory I will not cover more, but just a little bit about the component, and all we will cover in the practical only. Means each and every component I will create in my flow, and I will show you how it is working. Theory part, I will not cover more. All the practical things are here. So this is the 4 weeks program, and maybe mostly we are working 5 days, means because in some work are there, so I will not take a class 1 and 2 days, but this is the 20-25 days program is there. So you will, means after taking this one, you will be familiar with all the mostly components, how it is working, how you can configure, how you can do the practice on them. Means I will show you 1 and 2 components, other you have to do practice yourself, and if there is an issue, you can
200 components are there, around 200 plus.
Yeah, a lot of components are everything, no one can, but working on 1 and 2 components, at least you will get idea what we have to set.
What we have to come.
Yeah, so working on 1 and 2 components, you will get the idea, and you can work on, because no one has given training to me for but by using the practice only, I got familiar with all the, and very frankly, I'm using most of the component in my project. So that is the practice of the component. Okay, so just let me know. You can let the Siva know, and he will let me know if all about how we can proceed with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.